Look at this square. The detail, the texture, the way those colors pop. I've been getting so many questions about how to make this, and today I'm showing you how to actually make this square. Every single round, step by step, in real time, so let's get into it. I'm Ezra from Essie.Crochets, and if you're new here, you picked a great video to start with. Stick around, because this square is gonna be your new obsession. Before we start, here's what you need. Sport weight yarn in 3 colors, because this is what I'm using in this specific square, but you can use 1 color, you can use 2, it is all up to you. I'm just using 3 here. You need a 3.75 millimeter hook, but that also depends on what yarn you pick, so use the appropriate needle or hook for the yarn you've picked. Scissors and a yarn needle and a stitch marker. This pattern is by the incredibly talented Julie from Hands Up Sale. I'll link her YouTube tutorial and her shop in the description. She designed this as part of her boho crop top pattern, which is absolutely stunning. So go check her out after this. A couple of things before we dive in. This square uses some special stitches, a beginning cluster and a triple crochet 4 together cluster. They sound scarier than they are, I promise. I'll walk you through both at the start and the ones in the middle, and so that when they come up you don't have to be worried if you haven't done them before. I promise it's easy. We will do this step by step. I'll go very slowly so you can follow along. We're starting with our orange yarn, so we'll make a magic circle. So what I do is, this is my left hand. I'm gonna wrap the yarn around those 2 fingers like so, and then so now I only have 1 strand. So what I'm gonna do again is I'm gonna wrap it 1 more time so it creates an X at the back and just 2 lines at the front. Grab your hook, go under the first strand, grabbing the second one and pulling it underneath and twisting as you go out, and then grab the working yarn, pull through, and here you have your magic circle. Again, hold the yarn with your thumb. This is gonna be your end or your tail. Wrap it once and twice, and maybe secure it by holding it with the tail, and then you're gonna go underneath the first one, grabbing the second one and pulling it out, twisting, and then grab your working yarn and pull through, and there you go. This is how I create my magic circle every single time. The difference between this square specifically, the one that I'm working, and what the actual pattern calls for is I don't do chains at the beginning. I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. So what I do is I do a chainless double crochet at the beginning. So I pull up the loop a little bit further than you would like, twist your hand, and have the yarn on top of the hook as if you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull under that first twist, yarn over, and pull through 2. I have a tutorial out on my channel for this, so you can go check it out. I will link it in the description. So after the first one, you chain 1, and then double crochet in the magic circle. Again, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and we will be doing this 11 times, or basically you want to have 12 double crochets in your circle, including the first chainless double crochet. So 12 double crochets plus 12 chain spaces. Now this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oops, forgot to chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 7. Don't forget the chain ones. 8, chain 1, 9, chain 1, 10, chain 1, 11, chain 1, and 12, and chain 1. Okay, so let's count again, just make sure. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we know that we are at the right count. Now close your magic circle by pulling on the tail and pull on tight. And what you do is you slip stitch in the top of that first chainless double crochet. There we go. Pull through, and now you have the first round done. For round 2, we are still working with the orange. After we did the slip stitch, again we need to go up 1 row, and like I said, I do not do chains, so I'm gonna pull up the loop a little bit higher, twist, and do a chainless double crochet. And now we are at the first space, the chain 1 space from the previous round. You will do 2 double crochets in the chain space. There's 1, here's 2. And then you want to look at the top of the previous double crochet from the first round, and you want to do 1 double crochet in the top of that double crochet. And now we're in the next space. We're going to do 2 double crochets. Again, 1 double crochet at the top of the double crochet from the previous round, and then 2 double crochets in the space. 1 double crochet, and then 2 in the space. Okay, so continue doing this for the next double crochets and spaces. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so now I'm at the last double crochet in chain 1 space. I'm gonna again do 1 double crochet in the top of the previous round double crochet, and then 2 double crochets in the space 1. Again, 1, 2. One, 2. And there we go. And then do a slip stitch to join in the beginning of the first, at the top of the first double crochet, or the chainless double crochet we just did. At the end, count your stitches. You should have 36 double crochets from the second round. And now let's move on to the third round. Okay, for the third round we are still working with the orange, but that can differ if you're using multiple colors, more than just 3, or if you just want to do this round in different colors, feel free to do so. This is where it gets a little bit tricky, so let's pay close attention to this. So this is where we're doing the treble crochet clusters for together, and the starting one is a little bit different. And again, usually you would chain 4 for like to go up to the second row if you're using chains, but I am not, so I'm gonna pull my loop even higher than I do the chainless double crochet, because now I'm doing a chainless treble crochet. I'm gonna get in real close, and I'm gonna twist and loop twice to create a standing treble crochet. Turn over, pull through once, yarn over, pull through again until I have 2 loops on my hook, and we're not yarning over and pulling through the last 2. Now yarn over twice and find your next stitch. This is gonna be this one, and in this stitch we are doing 2 treble crochets, but again we're not doing the last yarn over, pull through 2 for the last 2 loops. So I'm going to yarn over twice, insert my hook in the same space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then for the 4th one, I'm going to yarn over twice, go into the next space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now I have 5 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 5. So this is the first treble cluster basically. And now you want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so the next one is different because we don't need to do the standing treble at the beginning. So we're going to do yarn over twice, insert your hook in the next space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, not doing the last one. Yarn over twice, go into the next space, do the same thing, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then one more time, yarn over twice, going into the same space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then for the last one, yarn over twice, go into the next space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now you should have 5 loops on your hook. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. And here's the second cluster. And now we want to do a chain of 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're basically repeating this for the remaining stitches. So I'm going to do it with you one more time. Yarn over twice, go into the next space, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now yarn over twice, go into the next space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then yarn over twice, go into the same space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then the last one, yarn over twice, go into the next space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now we have 5 stitches on our hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to yarn over and pull through all 5 and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now continue doing this for the remainder of the stitches, and I will meet you at the last one. So now we are at the final treble. We're gonna work it together real quick, and we will move on to round 4. Again, we have the 5 stitches on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 5, and chain 4. And now we want to slip stitch into that first treble cluster. So let's find it together. Here it is. And slip stitch. There we go. If you find that your work is curling up a little bit, just try loosening your tension a little bit. Maybe that you're just pulling on it too tight. Treble crochets sometimes curl, so it's fine. You usually block this at the end so that it will lay flat, but you can also just use like a bigger hook, like a half a size bigger. Okay, so now what I do to close off, because the next round I will be using a different color, is I do 1 chain just to close it out. I'm gonna grab my scissors, leave a 6-inch tail or something long so that you can weave it in, and snap and cut my yarn and pull it through and tug on it a little bit just to hold this place. And there you go. This is round 3 finished, and the next round is where we are going to start creating the corners for the square. Okay, and now we are at the end of the 3rd round. And pull on this a little bit so that it holds place. And you want to make sure that you have 12 clusters. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And now we are ready to move on to round 4. So for round 4, I am using a different color of yarn. This is like a little bit watermelon-y. But you can use whatever colors you like. So what I do is I add a slip stitch to my hook join. So here's my slip stitch. And I will join at the top of any of the treble clusters. I will yarn over, pull through and slip stitch in my slip stitch that was on my hook. And now I want to do chain 5s. So this is the round where we start creating our corners as well. So pay close attention. This is pretty simple. We're gonna do chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we will slip stitch in the same space. And now you have your first corner. Basically just a corner of chain 5s. Now we wanna chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're gonna slip stitch at the top of the next treble crochet cluster. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we will slip stitch in the next cluster. And then one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, slip stitching at the top of the cluster. But also here is where we're going to create our next corner. So we'll do chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we will slip stitch in the same space to create the second corner. But now we will chain 5 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slip stitch in the top of the next cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing, slip stitch in the top of the next cluster. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we will slip stitch at the top of the next cluster, but also we will create our third corner. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And slip stitch in the same space. And we're basically going to repeat that one more time to get to the next corner, and then the chain 5s along the side. So let's do it together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch in the top of the next cluster. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch at the top of the next cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch in the top of the next cluster, and now we are at the fourth corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch in the top of the next cluster. Oops, no. Now we're at the fourth corner. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch in the same space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch in the top of the next cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slip stitch in the top of the next cluster, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we will slip stitch in the top of the beginning cluster where we started. There we go. And now if I lay it flat, you can see it is starting to kind of sort of become a square. We have 4 corners and here are our 4 sides. So now we're on round 5. You can see that it starts to kind of look like a square. We have our 4 corners and we have our 4 sides. Your square is really coming together now and it looks so beautiful. If this tutorial is helping you, give it a like. It really helps crocheters find my channel. And if you're not subscribed yet, I would love to have you here for more videos like this one every Wednesday and Saturday. So now let's move on to round 5 and make it look more like a square. So I'm continuing working with the same color as the previous round. And what you want to do now is slip stitch along the side to get to the top of that first corner. So I'm going to just slip stitch to get there. And then slip stitch inside that loop or space. And now it's very, very similar to round 4. So we're doing 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we will slip stitch in the same space. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now the only difference is that instead of you slip stitching in the top of the clusters, we will slip stitch in the chain space. So here we go. Slip stitch. And now again 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slip stitch in the next chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slip stitch in the next space. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This gets us to our next corner. We will slip stitch there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And slip stitch in the same space. And you repeat that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll slip stitch in the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch in the next space. So just keep going and I will meet you around the last space. So now I have slip stitch in the last space. I've chained 5 and now what you want to do is slip stitch where you started your first, the chain 5 from this round. It's right here. I'm gonna slip stitch at the bottom of those chain 5s. And since this is the end of round 5, I will also be joining a new color. What I do is chain 1, cut my yarn, but leave a 6-inch tail to weave in later. And pull this out, tug on it a little bit, and now you can see it's really starting to look like a square, apart from all of the ends we will be weaving in later. So let me just hide those. You can easily see the corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, and your 4 sides. And now let's move on to round 6. So for round 6, I will be joining a new color, like I said. This is kind of a hot pink color. It's a very, very beautiful color. And so I am joining the same way. I will be adding a slip stitch on my hook and then slip stitching in one of our corners. So let's hold this up. And now I will join by slip stitching in one of the corners. There we go. So this round is going to be a lot of double crochets. And again, as I said before, I do not like chaining 3s for double crochets, so I will be doing a chainless double crochet. So I will be pulling up a longer loop, twisting my hand, yarn over, pull under, yarn over, pull through 2. So this is my first double crochet. This is gonna be our official corner generation, sort of. So I have 1 double crochet and then another double crochet, and we will chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 more double crochet and the second double crochet. and then chain 1. So your corners are going to be 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets, and then chain 1. That's for this round specifically. And now the next step is we will do 4 double crochets in each space of chain 5s right here from the previous round, chaining 1 in between. So let's do it. Yarn over, 1 double crochet, 2, 3, 3, and 4, and then chain 1, and do this exact same thing one more time, or more than one more time. So yarn over and start working 4 double crochets in the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and chain 1. Don't forget the chain 1s. And then again 4 double crochets, and chain 1. We'll do this until we reach our next corner, which is almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, and now we are at our second corner. So what we'll do is work 2 double crochets, so that's 1, 2, and then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 more double crochets in the same space. So 1, 2, and then don't forget the chain 1. So now you have your second corner. And if I lay it down, it is really starting to look like a square now. So you have your first corner, your second corner, and this is the side. And we will just keep going like this. We will work 4 double crochets in each space, chaining 1 in between each set of 4 double crochets. And in the corners, we will do 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. And I will meet you here at the end. Now we're at this last chain 5 space. We will work 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and chain 1, and we will slip stitch at the top of the first double crochet. There we go. And that is it for round 6. Like I said, it is really starting. It is officially a square, honestly. So we have the sides and the corners right here. And now let's move on to the last round, which is round 7. So for round 7, this is gonna be your last round. Again, I don't do chains, so I'm gonna do a chainless double crochet to start this. And then that's basically what works as the first double crochet in the round, but it's also on top of the previous double crochets from the corner. So what you'll do is you'll do another double crochet in the next double crochet from the previous round, and then in the space where the corner is, you will do as you did in the previous corner from the last round, which is 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. So 1, 2, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then another 2 double crochets, so 1 and 2. And now we will work double crochets in every double crochet from the previous round, including the ones from the corner before. So don't forget that first one. So here we go. 1, 2. And we will ignore the chain spaces. So we will work 1, 2, 3, and 4, and keep on going, working double crochets in every double crochet from the previous round, those groups of 4 double crochets, ignoring the chain spaces. And when you get to the corner, you will work double crochets in each double crochet, and then don't forget to work 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets in the corner space. And I will meet you right here to close out round 7. All right, And now we are at the last group of 4 double crochets, and as we did previously, we will work 1 double crochet in each double crochet from the previous round. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I don't like slip stitching in my last round because it kind of causes like a weirdness a little bit. But if that's your thing, please go ahead and slip stitch to close out this round. But what I do is instead I will cut my yarn and then pull this out so that we have this empty space right here. I will be grabbing my yarn needle, threading it, and what I do now is I go under the first stitch this way. Pull a little bit and then go from the back to the front of the last double crochet this way. So this way it kind of it continues as if it is this actual stitch. It looks a lot cleaner from just doing a slip stitch. And then I will go from the front to the back in the next double crochet, and I just basically thread my yarn, weave in my ends. But there you have it. This is the final round, and this is what the square looks like. As you can see, it is officially a square, just the same as the others that I've made. A few things that I've learned while making these squares is count your stitches every round, because catching a mistake early is so much easier than having to frog 3 rounds later just to fix it. Believe me, I have done that. The second thing is block your squares, because this is obviously not blocked, but it will look a lot more square-like, and it will air out those lace stitches in the middle that we've done for rounds 4 and 5. It will look so much more pretty. I will insert a picture of one of the blocked ones. I have done this in one color before, and it is amazing. It looks so good after blocking. I will insert a picture of it before blocking and after, so you can see the difference. Another thing is keep your tension consistent, especially throughout the treble crochet round. It can pull tighter than the double crochet round, so just try to keep your tension consistent so it lays flat. It doesn't like pucker up or like start to create like a bowl effect. That would be terrible, so you're gonna have to frog it later. And then one last tip is use a stitch marker on your corners, so it's easier to find. So I have this right here. So what I would do at the beginning is I would add stitch markers in the corners, just so that I know that these are the spaces where I would actually chain 5 and then slip stitch in the same space, so that I don't forget, and then I would have to frog later on. And there it is. You have your beautiful bow granny square. I'm making so many of these right now for a dress, and I honestly cannot stop. A huge thanks to Julie from Hands of Sale for designing this beautiful and gorgeous pattern. I will link her YouTube tutorial and her shop in the description, as well as the link to the pattern, so you can give her some love. She's an amazing designer. And if you make this square, please share it in the comments. I genuinely love seeing what you guys create. Hit subscribe for new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, and I will see you in the next one. Happy crocheting!